Hello everyone, got a few dirty jokes for you today. So a wife decides to take her husband, Dave, to a strip club for his birthday. They arrive at the club and the doorman says, "Hey, Dave, how you doing?" His wife is puzzled and asks if he's been to this club before. "Oh no," says Dave. "He's on my bowling team." When they're seated, a waitress asks Dave if he'd like his usual and brings over a Budweiser. His wife is becoming increasingly uncomfortable and says, "How did she know that you drink Budweiser?" "She's in the ladies' bowling league, honey. We share lanes with them." A stripper then comes over to their table, throws her arms around Dave, and says, "Hi, Davey. Want your usual table dance, big boy?" Dave's wife, now furious, grabs her purse and storms out of the club. Dave follows and spots her getting into a cab. Before she can slam the door, he jumps in beside her. He tries desperately to explain how the stripper must have mistaken him for someone else, but his wife is having none of it. She is screaming at him at the top of her lungs, calling him every name in the book. The cabbie turns his head and says, "Looks like you picked up a real bitch tonight, Dave." So the world's richest man is dying. He has made peace with that. But what is bothering him so much is that no one in the afterlife will even know that he has amassed such a colossal personal fortune. On Earth, everyone knows he's a self-made man who built this huge fortune from scratch, but he can't take it with him. Not that he could spend it, of course, but just to show everyone what a great success the poor boy had become. He broods over this so much that his guardian angel is worried. One night the angel flies to heaven to consult Jesus. Jesus says, "Well, you know earthly wealth has no place here." The angel replies, "I know, Lord, but he's been such a good man. He was a selfless man on so many counts. He did so much for charity, ran his business humanely and all. He's only human. He can't help having this little quirk. Isn't there something we can do to ease his mind?" Jesus thinks a moment. "All right. Let's look him up in the book of life." The book is like a film of this man's life, and seeing his struggles and accomplishments, Jesus is moved to tears. He tells the guardian angel, "Find a discreet way to tell him that I will allow him to bring one suitcase, only one, mind you, and he can fill it with whatever wealth he chooses. At the moment of his death, his suitcase and its contents will be brought to heaven with him." The angel goes down and delivers the message to the dying richest man. The guy is happy, but what should he bring? He can't settle down on only one thing. Our money would mean nothing to people from another time. Jewels could be faked. Stocks and bonds could not be traded, so they'd be just paper. Finally, it dawns on him: gold. Gold has been valued throughout history and never got out of fashion. He sends out for the biggest suitcase he can find, fills it with gold bars, and sets it beside his deathbed. Now he can die in peace, and he does shortly after. True to the promise, he arrives at the pearly gates, suitcase in hand. St. Peter greets him warmly and says, "All right. Let's see what was so important to you that eternal life and bliss wasn't enough." The man proudly opens the suitcase, stuffed with row after row of little gold bars. St. Peter stares at it, puzzled, and sighs in utter disbelief. "But why did you bring pavement?